Hey beautiful people, we've had, this week has been all over the place again. We've had some warm weather, we've had some cold weather, and I find that's quite a difficult, firstly, it's difficult to dress for that, like you have to really layer or you're going to be cold or whatever. But I think perfumes are also kind of a bit tricky for that kind of weather, because I don't want to put on a freshie when it's cold in the morning, but then if it's like 10-15 degrees hotter when you're on your way home, then you don't want to wear anything cloyingly like heavy, or I don't like things that are like super creamy or like ridiculously musky when it gets warmer. So I think I struck a decent balance this week, and I think you can probably tell when the weather was a bit warmer from what I wore. So I'm going to start with what I think is a beautiful spring floral, and I am actually going to make a spring video because it's a nice excuse for me to talk about what I'm excited to wear this spring. This is lovely. So I'll explain myself. This is W by Ted Baker, and this is the new bottle of W. So W is one of the first perfumes that I talked about, I think, on my channel when I first started this channel. Yeah, let's put it like that so you can see it. It's in this really cool, like pyramid-shaped bottle, which I love. But it wasn't this bottle. I had, and I still have, because I haven't done anything with it, because I was like, should I declutter this? Should I keep it? There's something about it I really love. This is what it used to look like. It has a pink juice, and it smells pink. So the original W, these list different notes, but to me they smell almost identical. The difference being that this pink one has much more violet in than this new one. The new one doesn't even list violet, but I'm pretty sure that these have the same notes. And I think we've kind of got half of each because this original one, this lists violet and violet leaf and fig leaf, among other things. It's got raspberry, and it's super pretty. If you want a perfume that almost smells like, I'm not going to be literal here because I don't even remember the exact smell, but wearing this makes me feel like I've just washed my hair with herbal essences or something. It's not like screechy shampooy, but it is fresh out of the shower, fruity floral, light and pretty. But I definitely get a little bit more of an acidity in the pink one, and it's a little bit more, that kind of fizzy sharpness that you get with violet. Like there's more of that in here. This one smells like the pink version, but without any of that. Yeah, without the sharpness, really, without that kind of fizzy violet-y smell. But it still pretty much is the same profile. So the notes they list on the side of the box for this one is grapefruit, rhubarb and cassis, and then the heart notes of rose, peony and jasmine, and the base notes of musk and vanilla. But I think this does still smell like there's raspberry in it. It does still smell like there's a bit of violet in it. It still smells like there could be fig leaf in it. But it's very light. It's kind of thin. I quite like the Ted Baker. The Ted Baker perfumes I have that I'm actually keeping, I like the sheerness of them. They're like sheer florals, sheer fruity florals, and I really like that about them. But this one's just a bit easier to wear. I got this for two reasons. One, I saw it with the shower gel for about £6 or £7, I think, for this 30ml. And I've been wanting to try this new version because, I wanted to see if it was the same. It's so close that, I was really struggling with which one to pick. But also because I figured I quite wanted a lid for this one, but sadly this lid does not fit this bottle. So that has made the decision for me. And to be honest, it's easier to have a smaller bottle for me anyway. But this one I think is really pretty. I just think it's a lovely perfume. So I'm really, really happy with that one. Very chuffed with Ted Baker W, and I'm glad that I've got one with a lid, because the reason that it drives me mad is because I like this bottle, but I wanted to put it in display and I just don't like them without their lids. So yeah, I was actually tossing up whether I might take this one to work, and I don't know, maybe I will do that because it's such an easy chuck on. Like when I wore this, I just thought I smelled really pretty all day. Yeah, so I don't know. Maybe I'll keep hold of it, but we'll see. I'm trying to stop keeping like multiples of things. So on one of the colder days, broke out the classic, obviously. Perfect time of year to be wearing it. Not too cold, not too hot. Original Mon Guerlain. Just beautiful. You know what it is. Lavender, bergamot, iris, jasmine, sambac, rose, Tahitian vanilla, coumarin, Australian sandalwood, licorice, benzoin, patchouli. It's just one of the greatest perfumes ever. I wore, to be honest, a lot of my favourites this week. I've rejigged my display, and where I had before, I had like my vanillas and tonkas, and then I had my musky perfumes, and I had my like easy reaches. I've reorganised, so I now have like a kind of clean girl section, and I have a sweet kind of vanilla, tonka, honey, all of those together. But then I have what I would consider to be like my signature scents. So I was having a think about this, and I was like, well, at the moment they're kind of spread out, and I want to put things that I want to wear all the time, all in the same place. So, you know, rather than like the easy reaches, because a lot of those are kind of clean smelling, I was like, no, I want my green tea in the same place that I have my Indi. And like green tea was in my easy reaches, but my Indi was with my musky perfumes, and then my Mon Guerlain was with my sweet vanilla and tonkas. So I have had a rejig. At some point I will actually show you these again. It just takes a bit of effort to film these things, you know, so it's just getting round to it. But I have been rejigging, and therefore I have had a section where I really can easily reach for things that I know I'm obsessed with and I love when I'm having a really busy week. And guys, I have been non-stop at work since January, and I have this next week off. So I'm going to be making lots of videos. I'm going to be relaxing a lot. I'm going to be wearing lots of perfumes. I'm going to be testing stuff out. I've got some hauls that I'm going to video for you. But in the meantime, this week I did reach for things that I just knew I absolutely loved. So I reached for this guy. I've put this back on it so I can actually smell it from the cap. Yeah, there you go. It holds it in. Donna Acqua, just one of my absolute favourites. So beautiful. It's just an absolute winner. Again, it's like so unchallenging for me to wear it. Like, it's such an easy reach for me. It's pear, it's almond, it's frangipani, it's hawthorn, sandalwood. There's some jasmine. There's I think they call it a frangipani rose accord. There's loads of tonka bean in this. It's absolutely delicious. What more can I say about it? It's discontinued. You can get a dupe from generic perfumes, which isn't 100%, but it is pretty good. And I think if I couldn't get hold of this, I would happily wear that one. I have a little oil version of it, but you can get in it perfume as well. So, I mean, it's just beautiful. I mean, I always say, like, get Burberry Brit or God is a Woman if you want something that has a vibe of it, that isn't, nothing really smells exactly like it. So, what am I going to next? Oh, yeah. Oh, well, yes. Here we go. I mean, I did mention it. Oh, I was so happy to break this out. Just smelling it now, I could spray it all over myself. I have been obsessed with this since the moment I added it to my collection, which was, I think, quite early on in my perfume journey on this channel. Katy Perry's Indi. I will continue talking about how much I love it. It's my favourite musky, woody scent. This one says it's cedar, but to me it smells like sandalwood. I always think of this as being a musky sandalwood perfume, but it's, I don't know. I know this doesn't work for some people. Not everyone smells it the way that I do, and I understand that because I smell lots of perfumes all the time where people have been talking about they smell like vanilla, they smell like cakes, they smell like this, and they just smell, I don't get any of that. So this one is plum, white tea and bergamot in the top. Mid notes are white cedar extract, lily of the valley and cyclamen. The base notes are musk, white musk, black musk, Egyptian musk, island musk, tonka bean and amber. And I basically get a creamy sandalwood, a beautiful creamy musk. I can sense some tea. I think the plum gives it a little sweetness along with that delicious tonka bean. And then honestly, it kind of smells like coconut cream straight out of the fridge. Like, that's just what this gives me. That's what it smells like to me. I always get coconut when I smell this perfume. Loads of other people also get coconut, and then loads of people don't get any coconut. So it's a real mixture in terms of what people smell with Katy Perry's Indi, but it's one of the most affordable things in my collection. It's one of the things I'm most obsessed with. I cannot get enough of myself when I wear this. I was sniffing myself all day. I resprayed it. All of my clothes that I was wearing still smell like Indi. This lasts forever on clothing. I think it's another one of those, like Moleculo 4 and like ISOE Super and all those kind of things. You can go really nose blind to it. But it's like a happy place for me, this perfume. It's just beautiful. I think if it works for you, it's absolutely perfection in a bottle. And I think this massive 100ml bottle cost me about £9 or something, and then I have some 30ml bottles as well. Those are the ones I take to work. I love it. I think it's brilliant, and I don't have much else to say about it except that I think it's awesome. I'm pulling this one out not because I wore it, but because I use this on my bed most nights, and I'm getting to the bottom of it, and this will be my second bottle I finish of Lush's Twilight since I've had my channel. It's probably more than that. It's just that I only recently started saving my empties to make a video at some point in the future. But yeah, Twilight is a lavender perfume that I think is fabulous. This is the body spray, obviously. And it's just one of the most comforting, gorgeous, sweet, cozy smells in the world. I could put this on my clothes. It doesn't smell great on my skin for some reason, this particular perfume, but I love it on fabric, and I don't wear it on my clothes because I have lots of other lavender perfumes that I love. This one, it's so linked in my head as being the perfume that I put on my sheets before I go to bed. So yeah, I wrap myself in it, but it's so lush. So it's lavender and tonka bean and benzoin and ylang ylang. And then there's something in this that I think is like slightly cinnamony as well. So it's just so good. The modern version of Twilight is now called Sleepy to match with the body lotion and the shower gel. They're all the same scent. They've always been the same scent. But yeah, they've finally changed Twilight to Sleepy, which makes me a little bit sad, to be honest, because I do love it being called Twilight. But fair enough, it's changed to Sleepy. The next bottle I get will probably be, obviously, therefore, a bottle called Sleepy. And I hope they haven't messed with it too much. They've already watered down this particular scent and most of their body sprays, to be honest, quite a lot. I can't really smell it from the sprayer, even though there's like, I reckon there's probably like this much left in this bottle. It used to be that if I sprayed this on my sheets, it would last for like 3 days, and I would be able to smell it really strongly from the sprayer. And nowadays, by the morning, I can only just smell it on my sheets. So, you know, in this economy, do you know what I mean? Everything's got to be kind of lighter. You get less for more money. That's just the way it is, and we're going to have to deal with it. But I still love it. I will still continue to buy it always. It will be, I mean, genuinely, it is one of the scents. Even though I don't wear it on my skin, it is definitely one of the perfumes that I have been through the most bottles of. Like I will have had more bottles of Twilight than I've had of almost any other scents, apart from the things that I wore when I was wearing them as signature scents when I was younger. Like, probably from the age of about 30 onwards, might be one of the things I've got through the most of. So I thought it was about time I brought it up again because I love it. Ooh, where are we next? Oh yeah, this is in my signature scent section now. Also partly to remind me to wear it more, because this was definitely one of the things that made me really properly get into perfumes, past like just having a couple of signature scents and then some like evening things and occasionally testing other things. This is what set me off on my real, right, I need to try everything and see what I like. It's magic. It's actually magic. It's Stella McCartney, Stella Pop. I love this perfume. It's absolutely beautiful. I have a big bottle as well, but it's always easier for me to grab this this little one, because this is what I tend to take to work with me. You know, I tend to put it in my bag. if I've got space, and otherwise I've got a little rollerball as well. So I have 3 bottles of Stella Pop. So when I did my top 20 for life, my most recent one, I had this in there and I said, this is the first tuberose perfume I ever loved, which I realise is not true because Poison by Dior is the first tuberose perfume that I ever loved. I think there's just a part of my brain that thinks of that as a plum perfume, even though it is definitely plum and tuberose and honey and spices. It's very, very complex. But kind of in my modern life and in my properly obsessed with collecting perfumes, this is definitely the first kind of tuberosy perfume that I really, really fell hard for. It's a bubblegummy tuberose without being too sickly, which, I mean, because the thing is, like, I would like things like My Way, but I find it so sickly. It's too sweet. And L'Entity, I would like if it didn't have the patchouli in it. So there's quite a few bubblegummy tuberoses, because I do not like buttery tuberose. It's like one of my most hated florals. Like things like Gucci Bloom, you know, that kind of tuberose I really don't like. But the L'Entity tuberose and the My Way tuberose, into it, really like that kind of tuberose. Poison is my favourite kind of tuberose. But this one is so sprightly and girly, and because it's got mandarin orange in it, which you can definitely smell, and it's also got a lot of violet. So for me, this is definitely a violet and tuberose perfume. And to be honest, it's the one that I reach for when I've washed my hair with my Lush stuff that smells like violets, because it brings out the violet in this, and I love this as a violet perfume, even though it's equally tuberose. There's also frangipani, and there's tomato leaf, which gives this amazing, slightly, like a hint of aromatic, mixed in with that kind of sweet, bubblegummy doll head smell that you get in Stella Pop. And then you've got musk and sandalwood and cedar in the base, I think mainly sandalwood. And it's just, it makes me feel very, I don't like using the word girly because I don't think that's quite what I mean. It makes me feel fun. It makes me feel fun. I think that's the word that I'm looking for. There isn't much in life that makes me feel particularly young, and I don't crave feeling young or looking young or smelling young. But I think there is something youthful and fun about Stella Pop, you know, as opposed to something like Mon Guerlain, which feels much more grown up and ladylike to me. This is fun and sprightly and just, it's so pretty. And I really want to, what's the best angle to put this on? I want a bit of that beautiful bright pink in there, this kind of cerise Barbie pink. Oh, so good. All right. Okay. Oh, yes. I haven't worn this for ages. You'll see from the dent, which I very much put in this myself, that I used to wear this a lot until I discovered, and my husband told me, he doesn't like this perfume. He thinks it smells like cucumber. And I don't get cucumber from this, but I understand what he's saying because this has melon in it. And I do think that cucumber and melon can often have crossovers, because I quite often smell melon perfumes that I think smell like cucumber. So I understand. And, you know, if I'm spending time with him, I don't like to wear things that he doesn't like. I love the colour of this juice as well. That kind of beautiful pale orange colour, almost like a lollipop or something. Like, what am I trying to say? It's got an almost pastel orange to it. I love it. So this is Vera Wang, Marigold and Gardenia. And my husband was out on Friday night, basically, and he left before me for work. So I didn't see him all day. So I was like, I'm going to wear Marigold and Gardenia. And it's so beautiful. But I had a really interesting revelation this time around. I'm just going to read the notes. So you've got melon and mango in the top. The middle notes are marigold, gardenia, orange blossom. And the base notes are cardamom, musk, sandalwood and cedar. So I think cardamom often makes me think of, like, it's got a slightly weird plasticky smell. And I do get that a bit in here. It's the same kind of feel I get from, what's that other cardamom-y one that has that strange plastic feel to it? Yes, I Am from Cacharel. And I've got some other perfumes as well I can't think of offhand that have cardamom that have this same slightly unusual smell. But it's definitely a lot of melon. It's the main definite dominant floral is marigold. And the mango, I think, is what turns this into a more interesting slightly fruity, almost candied smell. It's not like super sweet. And when I first had this, because I hadn't gone through my journey with sweet perfumes, I was still on my more fresh perfumes. I had this whole collection, this Vera Wang Embrace collection. I didn't like the green tea one, which is weird for me, but I thought it was really sour. I think in hindsight, there's some kind of aroma chemical in that I found really screechy. So I didn't like that one. But, and the rose one, again, there was something in it that rubbed me up the wrong way. So I ended up getting rid of that. I didn't quite like how that smelled on my skin. But the two sweet ones, so the lavender and tuberose and the periwinkle and iris, I was like, these are some of the sweetest things I've ever smelt. They're like super, super sweet. And this one has got a sugary sweetness to it as well. Almost like I said, like a slight candy. Like there's some kind of fruit candy in here, like a melon candy or a mango candy. But now I've had that kind of journey, you know, with sweet perfumes, and I've got quite a lot of sweet perfumes like this. Like wearing Donna Acqua the same week that I wore this is not very sweet now to me in comparison. Like Stella Pop is sweeter to me than this one, but it definitely does still have, it's not like sharp, but yeah, so it was interesting wearing it again. I still think it's absolutely beautiful, but what I was thinking about, it smells like a modern version of like Sunflowers by Elizabeth Arden or Escape by Calvin Klein. I don't think my review of Escape has gone up yet. I made it so long ago and I kept forgetting to put it on, and then it's kind of lost in my videos. I will put that up to come up one Friday soon, so you can see me talking about that perfume. But yeah, I mean, Calvin Klein Escape and Sunflowers by Elizabeth Arden, I think, have quite a similar scent to them, but I much prefer Sunflowers, you know, just giving that one away now. But this is like a kind of modern, easier, lighter, less 90s smelling version of something like Sunflowers, and I think that's probably what I really like about this. Sunflowers I think is beautiful and I like the smell of it, but I can't wear it. It's like so headachy for me. It's even the modern version is like so strong. This is a light fuss pot version of that kind of smell with a bit of a modern twist that I think is probably thanks to that mango. And I loved wearing it. It's really pretty. I'm really glad I've got it. But it's just one that I tend to wear when I'm not spending time with my husband, because, you know, I don't want to be hanging with him and him thinking I smell like a cucumber. All right. So then, last but not least, this one was one I reached for because I figured, quite rightly actually, that it's going to get a bit warm for me to wear this soon. Let me just sniff this from the lid. Yeah, it's so pretty. This is Pure Poison Elixir, and I've been wanting to wear this one, and I was like, right, I need to do it now before the weather changes, because the Elixir, it's not like it's like crazy strong, but it does have a thick quality to it in a way. This one lists jasmine, mandarin orange, petitgrain and bergamot in it, African orange flower and gardenia in the mid, and then the base cacao, vanilla and amber. It's very similar to the original, but it's sweeter. Like I said, it's got a little bit more of a thickness to it. It's crazy that they haven't got musk listed in here, because it's still got that musky quality that you get. This one is slightly less body lotion feeling, I think, than the original. The cacao comes out a little bit. There's more mandarin in this one. But it's going to get... It even was, in the evening when I was coming back, it was already getting a little bit strong for me. So I will move on, like in the kind of cooler spring months, to wearing my dupe from Saffron London of, I think it's called Mamba Juice, the one that I've got that's actually a dupe of the original Pure Poison. But this is it's so beautiful. In the morning I could not get enough of myself. It was only when I was like on the tube and it was hot and it was busy on the way home, I was like, oh yeah, this one's a bit too strong now. But it's gorgeous and it's beautiful. It's not like so much different from the original that you know, a normal human being would want to spend loads more money to get like a secondhand bottle of this, because they don't make it anymore. But I think it does have some crossovers. It's the same perfume, you know, it's like Dominique Ropion has a really specific kind of musky, body lotiony, slightly soapy isn't quite the right word, but like the jasmine that he uses is really specific. It's often got almond and that kind of mixture in it. I would be willing to bet that there's some kind of almond in this perfume, this one and the original. But yeah, so it's a little bit also like the old version of Jasmine's Marzipan from Lancôme, Maison Lancôme, which is also Dominique Ropion. So you can get dupes of Jasmine's Marzipan. Again, you can get one from generic perfume. So instead of getting this, I would say maybe try that one. Or just get the Saffron London if you're in the UK, if you can. If you can get Mamba Juice. It's such a good perfume. It's what made me fall in love with the Pure Poison profile. It's really, really good. So that's all I'm saying. I think it's beautiful. It's lovely. All right. I think that's me for this particular Sunday. I'm actually making this on Saturday, but you know what I mean. You'll be seeing this on Sunday. Thanks to everyone who responded to my little thing on my community tab where I was asking people to talk about the positive stuff, the happy stuff, the chilled out stuff that they watch on YouTube, just as a kind of a little salve to all of the stuff that's on YouTube that is so negative. So if you're interested in what people watch and you want some ideas, people put up some awesome things on there. A lot of my subscribers watch really fun things. So yeah, we've got a little list going. People are commenting. So if you want to add what you like on YouTube that like brings you joy in a world that is increasingly a bit frightening, then, you know, go there and add it. I, hopefully, in my own way, will be helping because I've got some hauls coming up. I've got a couple of a little range review things that I'm going to do at some point. And my husband has agreed to do a couple more videos with me. He's going to give us his opinion on the perfumes that I've added to my collection, that have stayed in my collection and that I love. Or like since the last time that he did a video with me anyway, like some of the newer stuff that I've got. So I'm going to be filming that hopefully this weekend, and then you will be seeing that quite soon. In the meantime, I've definitely just got to do a spring video, like I said, so I'll be doing that very soon as well. Thank you for watching. Thank you if you're subscribed. If you're not, you know what I'm going to say. It really, really helps my channel. We're pushing up towards 3,000, which for me is like a massive big deal. So it's really exciting. And thank you for everyone who has joined me here on my rambly channel. Let me know what you've been wearing. Let me know if you have or like any of these. Definitely let me know if you've tried the Ted Baker, because I just think it's like a really easygoing, it's kind of basic, simple, but super pretty perfume. As Tara Michelle would say, it's pretty for the sake of being pretty. And sometimes that's what I need in my life, especially at spring. So thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next Sunday. Bye, guys.